Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. Guys, I'm so excited for this video. This is the Halloween collaboration 2023. Now, if you've been with me a while, you will know that I send out open invites a few times a year for all of the fun stuff for everyone to join in, and the playlist is going to be linked below. And also, if you want to check out Instagram, there is a hashtag CCC Halloween Collab 2023. There you will find all of the photos from people that are also taking part as well. So you don't have to be doing YouTube to join in with any of my collaborations. You can share your work on Instagram as well. This is the mold I am using in today's video. It is a beauty. This is the Molds and Shapes Cauldron Coaster mold. Now, first up, I was toying with the idea of doing Jesmonite and embossing powder, maybe black Jesmonite with silver embossing powder for this incredible stamp. I did change plans and we are going super bright and colourful. But guys, check out this stamp. It is the most beautiful stamp I think I've ever seen. It's a stunning, beautiful witch with a cat, a cauldron, and an owl on her shoulder. It is linked below in my Amazon storefronts, and there's an individual Australia link because I don't yet have a storefront for Australia. But the more orders I get from Australia, no pressure, no pressure at all, then hopefully one day I will get a storefront there as well. Now, I am using Jesmonite AC100 for this project. If you are new to Jesmonite AC100, it is an acrylic based compound, very similar to, it's an eco pour basically. It's a lot stronger than other eco pours that I have used, and it is a two-part system, liquid and powder. So whatever your liquid is, you need to multiply that by 2.5 to get your powder, and that is exactly what you see me doing here. And strangely, I pretty much measured and mixed the exact amount that I needed. Now, you will see that I put my powder through a sieve, and that is because Jesmonite powder doesn't actually soak in like all other eco powders that I've used. It can get clumpy and lumpy and bumpy, so throwing it through a putting it through a sieve really does help get rid of any lumps and bumps, a bit like baking a cake. Now, the colours I'm using, you just saw on the screen, they are the Homeware Design Co. Pigments. These are absolutely stunning, deeply pigmented for eco pours and Jesmonite, and I'm using Vivid Pink. Again, your Homeware Design Co. details are down below. This was too pale for me. I want to go hot pink, guys, because how cool would it be, hot pink, and then the witch stamped on? I mean, yeah, I did accidentally squirt too much here, but it all worked out because look at this pink. Oh my gosh. Why am I in love with pink? I'm not even a pink girl. I keep saying it, but I think maybe I'm in denial. Maybe I really truly deep down love pink. But how gorgeous is this color? Now, I am just pouring some Jesmonite into each of the cauldron coasters, as you can see here. But what we do need to do, if you are new to eco pours or if you are new to Jesmonite AC100, we really need to give this a serious shimmy and a shake. Now, this cauldron mold was another mold that Molds and Shapes made because I asked them if they would consider, this was about 2 years ago, I asked them if they would consider making a cauldron coaster mold, and I literally drew a picture and I was like, something like this. And of course, they're just so incredible, Molds and Shapes. And they came back to me next day and they were like, we're already on it. Like, it's amazing. Thanks for the idea. And this is what they made. It is absolutely gorgeous. So you saw there that I gave the mold a serious shimmy and a shake and a good tap. You can really bash the life out of it when it's just one block solid color. That's what makes it easy to just do one color, because you can really shake it about. Now, with the bubbles on the top, you get a lot with Jesmonite. You get more with Jesmonite than I think you get with any other eco, at least from my experience. And I just used a lollipop stick to smooth those surfaces out. But you can alternatively blow them out as well. This is 30 minutes later, the beauty of Jesmonite AC100. I'm putting a board on top. So at this point, when it comes to demold, after just 30 minutes, Jesmonite is still quite fragile. It's still quite fragile after 30 minutes. It does cure rock solid, but at this stage it's a bit fragile. So I like to demold backwards. I like to flip it upside down, put pressure down on the pieces so they don't snap, and then pull the mold up backwards. You can see exactly what I did there. This just takes the pressure off of the Jesmonite and won't create any cracks at the demold stage. And these are absolutely perfect. They are so perfect. Okay, maybe I've got 1 or 2 micro bubbles around the edge of one, but other than that, they are gorgeous. I'm just going to leave them overnight to fully dry out, fully cure on my cake rack until the next day when I can actually stamp them. The Stays On permanent ink is the best ink for Jesmonite that I have found so far. It is linked below in my Amazon storefronts under the stamps section. I've got a stamps section in all of my Amazon storefronts, so I will also try and find the Australia link for that. But yeah, it's beautiful, and the best thing about it is because it's permanent, it dries super fast and you can seal straight over the top with absolutely no bleeding, nothing. So here we go. This stamp is so beautiful. I'll be honest, for me this project felt a bit like bowling. You know when you go bowling with your friends or ice skating and you only really get good towards the end of your session? That's exactly how this felt. Like the first time I stamped it, I missed a section, but don't worry, we do come back and we fix these up and they are perfect. It missed a whole section. Like it took me a while to get used to where I needed to put it. Now the reason she is on the left is because we're putting this little stamp that was part of the set on the right. And how adorable is this? You say which like it's a bad thing. I absolutely love it. I think it works so well with the witch image on the left. Now, of course, she doesn't really fit the whole cauldron. She doesn't really fit. So you do have to kind of weigh up what you want to include and what you're okay to lose. Now, really and truly, I had to have the top of her head, the hat and the owl. But luckily, we just get a hint of the cat and we just get a hint, just a little hint of that cauldron in there as well. So it all kind of works and it's very, very witch vibes because we've got that black cat in there. And again, the little stamp on the right hand side. I love this stamp so much. It all came together and it all worked out. But like I said, it was one of those, it only really got good towards the end. So I did have to go back and overstamp because again, here you can see I've got gaps and it was just learning where to put the right pressure on the mold. And of course, you're always worried if you're stamping and you're pressing down hard on something like this that you're going to snap it. But there was no snapping. There was no snapping. This is 24 hours later. There was no snapping. So yes, I did have to go back over and try, keep my fingers crossed that I'm going to hit it in exactly the right place. Otherwise, we're going to get multiple layers and it's going to look absolutely terrible. I mean, yeah, I did it okay. You know, we got there in the end. Not utterly perfect because I could definitely see areas where, you know, a little bit to the left would have been better. But still, it hasn't taken away from the beauty. The beauty. She's so pretty. I just love the detail in the stamp. The way her hands are coming together, like she's about to like do a spell on someone. This is what the stamp looks like in its entirety. I just thought I'd show you in case you did want to buy the stamp. This was just a rough piece of paper, so of course I chopped the owl's head off, not realizing. Okay, it is time to seal. Now I am going to use the Jesmonite acrylic sealer for the AC100, but again, CLAIRESCRA also do sealers in eggshell and satin. That's an option for you. The other option is waxes. This wax here is from Homeware Design Co. and it's beautiful, but I did decide, because I know I'm going to be using these for hot drinks, I am going to be using the Jesmonite acrylic sealer. Now with this sealer, it is 2 coats minimum. 2. I always do 2. I don't bother doing more than 1. First coat has to be diluted 20% water. So 80% sealer, 20% water. That's your first coat. I'm just using my Tesco sponge scourer to rub it in, rub it off. So like a wax on, wax off kind of system. And I just really rub it in until I can't rub it in anymore. Now, if you have used this sealer, you'll see this, the streaks. The streaks are a little bit notorious with this sealer because the instructions actually say to use a brush. I've never got a good finish using a brush, but I have got amazing finishes using a sponge. So my advice when using this sealer is just to rub on that first coat and just keep rubbing. Keep on rubbing with the same sponge. Keep going until you can't go anymore. This stuff dries so fast. It's unbelievable. And already the streaks have gone. And I pretty much repeat that process for all 4 of the coasters, and you can see it here going on. The problem is as well, after a while it gets super foamy and like it bubbles a lot. So it's really just a case of, you know, playing it by eye and just seeing how you get on with it. The best strategy for me is to use 2 sponges. So I take one sponge, I cut it in half, I use one half for the wet, and I use the other half for the dry. So again, wax on, wax off. So I literally saturate all of my items in the sealer, and then I use a dry sponge just to kind of like make sure the streaks are gone. The second coat can go on after just 1 minute, and that has to be neat. So the second coat, neat, straight from the bottle, rub it in, same method again, using the wet sponge for the wet and the dry sponge to just get rid of any streaks that you see. It's much easier to use wet and dry than it is to just carry on with the one sponge, because that sponge does eventually become totally saturated, so it doesn't ever really get to the point where it dries off. Hope I'm making sense here, but I just did exactly the same thing to all 4 coasters. You don't need to sit through that in real time because, oh my gosh, it was a process. But yes, once you are happy, it is then time to fully finish them off. And for the backgrounds, I'm actually going to use my self-adhesive cork background. Now, I drew around one of the coasters. You could use your Cricut machine. I've had this mentioned to me before. Could you not just use your Cricut? Absolutely. Yes, you go for it. You do whatever you think is best. I just drew around a cauldron. Then I cut the cork out with about 2 to 3 mil around the outside. I don't want it right to the edge and I don't want it hanging over the edge. So I've brought it in a tad. You can just see there I've brought it in a tad. And it's not neat, guys. It's definitely not neat. I just made some little loopholes. We don't want pressure put onto those handles at all in any way. And there was really only one thing to do. Once I had put the backing on all 4 coasters, it was time to make a cup of tea and use my brand new coaster. I am obsessed with these. I think I'm just in love with that stamp. I think it's the most beautiful stamp I've ever seen. Thank you so much. If you have gotten this far, I massively appreciate you. And of course, this is part of the Halloween collaboration 2023. So please do check out the description box. In the description box, right at the very top, you are going to find the playlist. Inside that playlist is going to be everyone who has taken part in this collaboration on YouTube. And in there, you will see everybody's videos. I will link the videos as they come into me on the actual day of the collaboration. So please do take the time and go and check them out as well, because trust me, we are all going to be so different. I absolutely love seeing how many different things come up in collaborations, and I hate rules. Like, I really hate rules. I never put rules in apart from just having fun and creating whatever you want. So if you are interested in future collaborations, I usually run them around Christmas time, Valentine's, Easter, Christmas in July, Halloween, and then again Christmas. So yeah, if you are interested, keep your eyes peeled and take part. And it doesn't matter what you do, whether you do crochet, polymer clay, metal, anything like that, you can join in, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram. So thanks again. I'm talking way too much. I will see you all in the next video, and please do check out that description. I cannot wait to see what everyone's made. Bye.